Hello guys, welcome back to Gemini Gamers. This is a KSP Weekly News Show. This is week number 6. And this week the development blog opened up with the space news of new, small, tiny galaxies being discovered by the Hubble Space Telescope in the 90s. Back then we didn't really know much about other galaxies and we thought the universe was a little bit smaller than it is or less filled up, and once the Hubble got up there and it did all its business and it explored a lot of stuff, we saw a lot of things that we couldn't see before. So anyway, that's just a significant thing that happened around this time a couple years ago. So yeah, so when it comes to development news this week, we didn't really get any new exciting news. We got little bits here and there, but nothing that big of a deal. So let's go ahead and get going. So of course, more work has been done on the Making History expansion. This has basically been the trend on these past couple weekly news shows. A lot of work has been done on it. So specifically, the work that's been done on it is a little bit of work went into the ability for you to assign awards to missions. So if you're creating a mission, you'll be able to give an award to the player creating them, that completes a mission. So basically, kind of like a mission complete thing, and you get a little badge or something like that. So very cool stuff. The mission creators will be able to select what award you want for every mission you create, but you have to make the mission first before you give out the award. So that's pretty much all that stuff. The expansion will include a lot of stock awards, so you'll be able to just basically, you don't have to make your own. You'll be able to pick whichever ones you want to give out and stuff like that. And that will basically allow you, just give you a little list of stuff that you can pick and stuff like that. If you want some stuff to, maybe you want a very nice award, like one of the biggest awards for like a different difficulty mission. You don't want to give out the good awards for the easy missions in the beginning, so make sure to just use those awards. The way you can give out awards includes time awards. So if you're able to complete a mission under, let's say 10 Kerbal days, you get the good award. Or if there's like another mission or another thing where like, oh, you went to the moon and back in less than a day. I don't know how you would do that. That's less than 5 hours. It's possible, I think, but it's going to be very difficult for you to do. So that's just one way you can get awards. And then another way of awarding rewards is the point-based award system, which will have 3 awards. So it's basically the bronze, silver, gold. The more points you get, the better award you get. But there's also a feature where you can just give out 1 bronze. So let's say you develop 3 different types of missions, similar objectives, but different difficulties. Maybe you want the hardest one, you use the smallest craft, a very small craft to, like, let's say go to Duna, and the easy one you use a very large craft with a lot of stages in it and stuff like that to go to Duna. So if you complete the one with the small craft, you get a bronze medal. You complete the one with the small ship, you get a gold medal. If you complete one with a medium ship, you get the silver medal. So basically that's how that's gonna work. Again, you're gonna be able to pick what kind of awards you want to give out for your missions once they're complete. And some work went into the text of the expansion, so hopefully this means there won't be any spelling mistakes or grammatical mistakes within the new pack that's coming out soon. Basically just the Making History expansion. That's where that work went in. New UI was also implemented. We're not gonna see a lot of the initial UI that was created for this mission here. So this expansion, which means that hopefully we get a nice product with a finished thing at the end of it. Probably not. You know how the game is sometimes, development and stuff. So we'll see. Maybe we'll get something really nice. Maybe we won't. But that's up to what the developers end up deciding on anyway. So we'll see how that goes. And basically the mission builder, again, more work on the nodes. And I'm just gonna go over what type of nodes they add. A couple new ones. I think there's a couple repeated ones, but I'm just gonna go over them. And if you know what nodes is, what I mean by nodes is basically, if you create a mission, you can put in specific nodes for specific events. Like you say, oh, I want you to do an EVA. There's an EVA node. They didn't go over it here, but they've talked about it. So I want you to do an EVA just when you enter the sphere of influence of the sun. You know what I mean? Like when you're outside the Kerbal system, you can go and do an EVA, and you get that part of the mission done. So that's what basically what a node is. So basically, I'm gonna go over which ones they worked on this week. So the first one is called the Place Kerbal node. Basically, this allows you to place a Kerbal at any planet. If you want to put them, like, let's say I want you to rescue this Kerbal that's going to be over here somewhere. I'm going to go ahead and put a node in the mission that places a Kerbal right there for you to rescue him at some point during the mission. Alright, so you can do that at any planet, Duna, Jewel, whichever planet. It's up to you. You pick it if you're making the mission. The next one is Rescue Kerbal node. Basically, it tells you to rescue a Kerbal during a mission, so you put it. Let's say you're making me go to Minmus, but you put a node that I have to rescue a Kerbal on the moon and take him to Minmus. That's basically what it is. So you're forcing the player to go rescue the Kerbals from any place. Basically, you can put it wherever you want. Just make sure there's a Kerbal there and rescue them. The crew assignment node basically requires the player to have the right crew in it. So let's say you only want engineers, you can put that node in it. For a really complicated mission, you don't want them to use SAS, you can put that inside your mission nodes. So that will basically add more difficulty if that's what you want. And the other one is basically crew number node, which basically requires you to have the right number of crew. So you can probably do a lot of missions really simply with a really small number of crew. But if you want to make things more complicated, again, make sure to include that in the mission, so you can also get a bigger amount of crew, causing the player to probably have to make a bigger ship overall, which means that you're probably not gonna be able to do it with a small lander can, if you know what I mean. So yeah, more difficulty. The vessel stage node, it forces you to stage your ship. Basically, if you somehow manage to get extra fuel up, like in space or something, but I put a stage node that causes you to stage your ship at 70 kilometers of altitude, you cannot do anything about it. If you're doing the mission, your ship is going to stage, and if you wasted more stage just than what you had, you're pretty much screwed, because the staging is going to go off and you're going to lose a lot of efficiency because you used an extra stage that you weren't supposed to. So the next node is Science Experiment node. Basically a specific experiment at a certain time. You have to take a specific experiment to, let's say I want you to do one on the launch pad. You have to spawn with a mystery goo. If I tell you it's a mystery goo, you have to spawn with a mystery goo. A science junior lab, you gotta do it there too. If I want you to take one of those to the moon, you gotta take one of those to the moon. Basically, you can tell them which kind of experiment you want, what equipment you want it to be part of the experiment, and where. So the whole point is a science mission. You can do that. You can put the node you want, and you can put multiple nodes to increase the difficulty a little more. And again, parts, the stuff that's gone into parts. Let's see here. So work on creating the geometry textures for the Gemini inspired capsule. Basically, they basically are building for the expansion. They're basically building a Gemini capsule with the tanks and the Titan rocket and stuff like that. It's gonna be a cool little thing, along with the Soyuz capsule. So I'm gonna go ahead and put the Gemini capsule and the Titan rocket probably on the screen right now. And then a little more work went into another couple other tanks and stuff like that. But the only picture they did show me this time is an alternative texture for the textures that I showed you, I think 2 episodes ago, about 2 weeks ago. Go ahead and I'm gonna go ahead and put them on the screen right now. And yeah, they're just white stock-alike textures. The alternative, I've also put them on the screen probably now. Basically, the alternative is Soyuz tanks. Basically, Soyuz tanks for your Soyuz capsule and stuff. There's also a Soyuz capsule coming in with the expansion, so that's a Gemini capsule and a Soyuz capsule coming in the same pack for you guys to play with. We haven't seen any of the Titan tanks yet, but hopefully that comes soon. Engine Probably new engines, 1.875 engines are coming. The J2 engines has been worked on. I showed you a picture of that last episode, so make sure to go watch that. And I think that's pretty much it for this weekly news show. Not a lot of news came out today. So anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Please like and subscribe, comment, all that stuff. Click on the notification bell to get notifications when I release these episodes. I release one of these every Wednesday, and around between afternoon at least. So yeah, make sure to do all that stuff, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Goodbye.